Hey, Life Group Leaders, this is Steve with a little bit different of a video coaching this week. I'm sorry it's getting to you so late. Normally, I like to try to get it done earlier when I can, and I know that right now I really need to be on it, and I'm just sorry. This week was just kind of um, hectic. At the same time as it slowed down to almost nothing, it was also kind of hectic. It seemed like I spent a lot of time on the phone with people. I spent a lot of time on the phone with people, and I just was probably like you, starting to try to figure out what this new way of life for a while is really going to look like for our people and for our family. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy, and that's kind of why this is all late. I guess you probably saw the service, or at least some of it, this morning, and it didn't go so well. Actually, I take it back. It went really well in the room. I got to say, our team did a fantastic job. Everybody was on it. Everything worked beautifully. Jeff, how about Jeff Parker, our new worship leader? Didn't he do a great job? And I think he sounds really good, mixes well with Sherry. Just did a great job. Our tech and production people did fantastic. We had a lot of good stuff set up and rolling this morning so that we could provide a good worship service for everyone. But then everything kind of crashed on us a couple of times. And I've done some checking around, and it turns out that it's not us, it's them. um, our streaming provider, Boxcast, and Facebook both had real capacity issues this morning because now all of a sudden every church wants to stream their online service on Sunday morning. And so we kind of went down and up and down and up. It was just kind of a weird thing. So I hope you got to be in on all of it, even though it was broken up into a bunch of little parts. I actually thought it was kind of cool when we went down that I was able to go live really quickly, spontaneously on my mobile phone and take a break from the message for a minute and just do prayer requests for people that were requesting prayer. I can't even say that, requesting prayer. So that was really kind of a cool stop behind the scenes and then start back up again. I thought that was pretty cool. But we were able to get it all in and it worked. I want to tell you, it made me really thankful for our strategy, your strategy, and my strategy. It's really obvious now that every church has now all of a sudden shifted their strategy to try to throw their sermon and maybe a song or two up online on Facebook Live or whatever on Sunday mornings. And that's what caused the crash. All the churches are now all of a sudden setting up cell phones and having a little stream. And I'm really proud because for most churches, that's now their strategy is a weekly, got to see the pastor and you got to hear a song or two. And that's never been our strategy. From the very beginning, when we saw this coming, we knew we needed to set up a strategy that was much more robust and much more complete for our people, that it wasn't about throwing our content out there only. I mean, sure, sermons are important. Corporate worship are important. Those are vitally important things for the body of Christ. But that's not all we're supposed to do. We're also supposed to love others and make disciples. And so our team has had a strategy. You've had a strategy to where our Sunday morning experience is only one component of a multifaceted strategy. We're not trying to now prioritize getting a sermon out. We're just trying to prioritize connections with people. That's really kind of what the sermon was all about today, is we're trying to prioritize those connections, keep people connected even in this isolating time. So that's why you guys have Zoom video conferencing accounts. That's why I'm doing a daily thing with Sherry with coffee at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's why I'm doing 7 minutes of prayer a couple of nights a week at 7 p.m. And that's why we've got even more things coming in the pipeline. I'm hoping this week to be able to start getting some classes up online. Susan Farnham is going to be teaching her class, and we might even do a couple other things. So I'm really excited that our Sunday morning strategy is just one small part. And the part that you play is vitally important. And I really appreciate you keeping connection with your people. I hope you're doing better than just having a video conference with them. I talked to Mark Rodriguez, and he's kind of adopted the same strategy that I've adopted with my life group. I'm touching base with them almost every day. Mark Rodriguez said he was contacting people in his group every day. Not everybody every day, but he's making a phone call or two every day. And that's kind of what I've been doing as well, just keeping up with, checking up on our people, making sure that they know they have a connection. Some of them are working, some of them are not. It just depends on what's going on. And I hope it's going well with you and your group also. This is really our time to shepherd our flock. So it's really important for us. The coaching I want to give you on this week's message is sort of along those lines. The message is about Paul longing to be with his people, but he can't be. Sort of like the way a lot of us are now. It's sort of the way all of us ought to be now. Man, I pray that you are isolating and not spreading. I'm watching more and more about how important it is for us to not come in contact with other people because the contacts we limit today may just save the lives of people we love in a few weeks. And it's very hard for us to get our little tiny human brains around that. But it's really, really important. I want there to be beds available with all the equipment and all the personnel necessary in case my mom gets it, in case my wife gets it, in case my daughter gets it. So that may not happen for 2, 3, 4 weeks. So let's limit it now. Anyway, sorry. Okay, end of rant. So Paul longs to be with his people, and he can't be. And that's sort of the way we are. We have a longing in us, and that's a healthy thing. That's a good thing that we have a longing in us to be connected with other people. That's the way God's wired us. And so my whole idea here is that you will talk to your folks and that you won't only comfort and console them during this time, that you won't only know and be aware of their needs at this time, but you'll help them find purpose in this time. More than at any other time in America's history, in our lifetime at least, the church is desperately needed in this world, needed to knock on our neighbors' doors, needed to be connected to our community around us, needed to bring peace and hope and comfort. I think that was reflected today in the sermon. Normally on a Sunday, I'll preach and several hundred people will hear it. But today, we had thousands log on to participate with us on our online service. Thousands. I think there are lots of people looking for hope, looking for good answers. And we, the people in our leadership team and in our life groups, are the ones that provide it because Christ has made us the light of the world. And so we're the hope of this world right now. So I want to encourage you to help your group find purpose. Start praying for people who are neighbors. Like mine, I'm looking over at my neighbor Jack's house. I've been over there a couple of times since this all happened. I got another Jack right over this way, and I've been over to his house a couple of times. I've got some neighbors right over this direction, and this big family over there, and I've been over there several times. And I hope you're doing like I'm doing. I hope you're praying by name for your neighbors around you, knowing what their needs are, and finding ways to meet those needs. Some of the people in your group are very needy and may need extra prayer, and they just need you to be there for them. Let them know that you love them, that you care about them. Touch base with them. Be with them as much as you can during this time. That's what I'm trying to do with my peeps around here. Hope you are too. Okay, I've done this long enough. It's over 8 minutes. I'm praying for you, and I hope your group goes well this week via Zoom. I've gotten such great response from Zoom. I'm glad you guys are doing that. I'm glad y'all have all taken to it so well. Keep up the good work. I'll talk to you later.